to defend these dear animals. Please let us know the stream's strong and the audio is good. For those of you joining this live stream, we are here today to defend animals outside of a slaughterhouse here in the UK live. This slaughterhouse is about 100 meters in front of us. They kill cows here, dairy cows and beef cows from the dairy and beef industries. As you're coming into this live stream, put 1 in the chat if you're vegan, put 2 in the chat if you're not vegan, if you're open-minded to these conversations and why we're here, and put a 3 in the chat if you don't care about animals. Now, our first disclaimer here today is that we're not here to cause alarm, harassment, distress, or any form of intimidation. We're here to our freedom of speech, our right to public assembly, and to protest, and that's what we're exercising today. Our second disclaimer here is that we are not here to judge or point fingers at any non-vegans. We're not here to clash with you. We're here to come alongside you, to show you what the industry don't want you to see, to show you the realities and the truth. Because when you do find out the reality and the truth, you're absolutely shocked. 1 in the chat if you're vegan, 2 in the chat if you're not vegan, be open-minded to the conversation, and 3 if you don't care about animals. We're now 40 meters away and the smell is absolutely horrific. This place is disgusting. It stinks.
Stinks.
Huh?
Stinks.
Yeah, it does stink. Let's see. Yeah, exactly as predicted. Cameras facing us, anticipating us coming. Oh my gosh, it smells so bad.
Gosh.
1 in the chat if you're vegan, 2 in the chat if you're not vegan, be open-minded to these conversations, and 3 if you don't care about animals. 1, 2, or 3. Yeah, there's a truck in the washdown area already. Security already here. Security obviously anticipate us coming now because they know that we will be here relentlessly for the animals. Every single time that the animals need us, we're going to be here. We're here today, guys, not to clash with you, but to show you the realities and the truth. So please, as you're coming in this live stream, there we go. Look, the gate has just gone on to manual. Now you'll see here on the right, the guy in the yellow jacket, he's putting the gate onto manual. That's to rush the animals in, to rush the trucks in, so that the consumers and the public don't see the animals, the reality and the truth. 1 in the chat if you're vegan, 2 in the chat if you're not vegan, be open-minded to these conversations, and 3 if you don't care about animals. Now, we're here today live outside of this slaughterhouse in collaboration with Animal Aid. And if you go to the 3 dots in the description, go onto the Animal Aid link at the top link there. It's going to show you all the investigations that Animal Aid have done. Animal Aid also have done a report on this very slaughterhouse that we're live outside of right now. Oh my gosh, the smell here is so bad.
Oh, it's awful.
Guys, we are here today to turn your head against the industry, not to clash. Now, you are going to find out information that you never know before, and that's exactly why we're here, to give you the education. The industry will never be transparent with the consumer, because if the industry was transparent with the consumer would never, ever support this violent industry. Right now, here comes a truck full of absolute darling animals, darling dear animals.
Here they are.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry for what my species has done. So horrific. I'm so sorry, you dear angels. We're not like these people inside here. We're not the same. I'm so sorry. 1 in the chat if you're vegan and you don't pay for this. 2 in the chat if you're not vegan but you're open-minded to why we're here. And 3 in the chat if you don't care about animals. 1, 2, or 3. Let us know where you are. That truck has got innocent, sentient beings on there. Innocent animals who do not want to die. Innocent animals whose lives matter to them in the same way that your life matters to you. Why do we deem this okay and acceptable to take their life for optional products that we do not need? 1 in the chat if you're vegan, 2 in the chat if you're not vegan. Be open-minded to these conversations, and 3 if you don't care about animals. I'm going to take a look in a second and see if they were dairy cows or beef cows. Now, this slaughterhouse here only kills cows at this particular location. And I keep saying dairy cows and beef cows because they're 2 different breeds of cows. We would just say that they're cows, but the industry will say beef cow, dairy cow. That's identifying the industry that they were born into to be exploited. Dairy cows will be exploited for their breast milk. They have all their babies taken away. The males will be executed and they'll be killed at an average age of around 3 to 5. 1 in the chat if you're vegan, 2 in the chat if you're not vegan, but you're open-minded to this conversation, and 3 in the chat if you don't care about animals. Double tap the stream. Please like, share, subscribe. Make sure you hit the bell notification. Now, the beef cows that are coming in, they're killed at around 18 months and they're exploited for their actual flesh, their tissue. This is what the difference between the two. Now, the dairy industry will lean on the beef industry and use its propaganda to show you, look, the babies are with their mums in the field. It's absolute life. If you see a baby cow with their mum in the field, they're beef cows. They're allowed to stay with their mum because they're allowed to drink their mum's milk because they're supposed to get as big as possible, as quick as possible to make more profit. The same as the chickens in the meat industry. Broiler chickens in the meat industry, they're 6 weeks old when they are grown to the size of an adult's body before they go to a gas chamber. That's right, a gas chamber here in the UK. 1 in the chat if you're vegan, 2 in the chat if you're not vegan but you're open-minded to this conversation, 3 in the chat if you don't care about animals. Double tap the stream, please like, share and subscribe. Go to the description, click on the investigations done by Animal Aid. Go and look at the report here done by Animal Aid. It's an FSA report by Animal Aid. You'll be absolutely shocked what you find out. This place here had 6 major non-compliances. We're not here for a welfare position whatsoever. We're here for animal rights. But the public and the consumer are designed to trust the FSA, right? Now, the FSA came here. There were 6 major non-compliances. They ticked it off as generally satisfied. And then that's it. No, nothing else has happened so far as we can see. What you're witnessing now is inside of a slaughterhouse live here in the UK. Them animals are coming off that truck going into what's known as a layerage. That layerage is a waiting room. It's a big room where they will be held in these pens and then they'll be walked forward onto the kill floor to be executed. The way that they execute cows, the majority of cows here in the UK, is they'll force them forward into a kill box. They'll shoot them in the face with a bolt gun, a captive bolt gun. Now that is said to the consumer to make sure that the animal doesn't feel any pain, right? We've shot them in the face. They can't feel any pain. That's a load of rubbish. They shoot the animals in the face to incapacitate them long enough to put a shackle around their back leg and then hoist them up in the air so they can stab them in the throat and let all their blood drain out of their neck. 1 in the chat if you're vegan and you've already removed your support for this violence. 2 in the chat if you're not vegan but you're open-minded to this conversation. And 3 in the chat if you don't care about animals. But make sure everyone's double tap the stream to like it, share, subscribe, get the comments coming in. Let's get the likes up before the next truck comes in. The more likes, the more people in the room. The more people in the room, the more people can see the animals. Now, we're here today for the number 2s, the non-vegans who are empathetic, the non-vegans who do have compassion and kindness in their heart, but they're not vegan yet. Perhaps you've not heard or seen anything like what we're saying or showing you today. And that's exactly why we're here. We're here for the kind people who are thinking, why are these people outside the slaughterhouse jumping up and down, screaming and shouting? Well, listen and stay on this live stream. If you stay on this live stream for at least 10 to 15 minutes, you will leave this live stream a little different, I'd say.
Yeah.
Now, go into the description, click on the Animal Aid link and look at the investigations to see actually what happens inside these facilities. You can also go and watch Pignorant on Amazon Prime. You can also go and watch Dominion. These are all resources that have been obtained by very brave activists to bring the consumer the reality and the truth. 1 in the chat if you're vegan, 2 in the chat if you're not vegan but you're open-minded to this conversation, and 3 if you don't care about animals. Double tap the stream, like, share and subscribe. Now, the reason why the consumer is never told the truth by the industry is because the minute the industry would give the slightest bit of transparency, the industry would lose its profit margins. The industry is a business. Farming animals is a business. Slaughterhouses are a business. For some reason, we believe that they're almost the backbone or the pillar of society and good farmers supplying the world of food. It's a nonsense. We've been indoctrinated to think of it in this way. What it actually is a business built off the back of lies. It's got a marketing ploy the same as any other business. It's got a marketing strategy. And you, the consumer, you are who are being marketed to. And they market you with things like humane slaughter, the RSPCA Assured logo. They market you with things like ethical farming and all this other nonsense. But the minute you stop and look into this for yourself, you see that there is no such thing. There's no ethical way. There's no moral way to do the right thing. And taking an animal's life for an optional product is not the right thing to do. 1 in the chat if you're vegan and you've already removed your support for this violence. 2 in the chat if you're not vegan but you're open-minded to these conversations. And 3 in the chat if you don't care about animals. Please double tap the stream, like, share, subscribe. I'm going to swap in with Mel. She can take over now.
Yeah, well said. So, guys, I'm outside a slaughterhouse right now. 1 in the chat if you're vegan, 2 in the chat if you're open-minded but not vegan yet, 3 in the chat if you're anti-vegan. Double tap this live stream and subscribe. This is a slaughterhouse. I'm out here to not rage bait, to not hate on anyone. I'm out here purely to defend the animals behind me, going into this disgusting place called a slaughterhouse. They'll be sentenced to a lairage inside, which I think is an actual dungeon. It's this metal, horrible place where it's cold concrete floors. And when the kill floor is then ready, they'll take the cows into the kill floor. They'll bolt them, gun them in the head, slash their throat open, hang them upside down. Their blood will bleed out of them. They'll drain out of them. That's what happens in these industries. For years, these industries have lied to you. For years, they've indoctrinated you and your children and your parents and everybody. They are using their mountains of money to propagate propaganda upon you guys. It's not your fault that you don't know what happens in the industry. It's the industry's fault. Number 1 in the chat if you're vegan. 2 in the chat if you're open-minded but not vegan yet. 3 in the chat if you're anti-vegan. Please, guys, double tap the screen, like this stream, because that's what helps get the animals seen by the world. The more likes, the more people in the room, the more the animals get seen by those who need to see their dear little faces.
Are you here just to rage bait? People are saying rage bait.
No, absolutely not. Why would I be at a slaughterhouse to rage bait? I'm here purely to live stream, put up a camera and show you their industry. If you think this is extreme, if you think the words that come out of my mouth is extreme, that's not me. That's not me doing the violence. It's them. It's the industry doing the violence. Animal farmers, animal testing facilities, horse races, greyhound racing, zoos, animal farming, dairy, eggs, milk, leather, wool, fish. It's all horrific animal exploitation. There's a victim at the end of this. Number 1 in the chat if you're vegan. 2 in the chat if you're open-minded but not vegan yet. 3 in the chat if you're anti-vegan. Please double tap this live stream and subscribe. We also have our main channel. It's Mel and Steve. It's a purple icon. You can see the videos where we've gone inside farms. We've investigated farms. We've met the victims for ourselves in those evil places. The animal farmers will tell you they're lovely farms. They love their animals. No such thing as love exists on a farm. No such word is even what comes to your mind when you enter an animal farming place. All you see is slavery. I see a concentration camp, dead bins. What other place? Who else would say, oh, I really love these individuals, but I also had dead bins for them as well? Because they don't even survive the farm. And if they do, they end up going to a slaughterhouse where they get a knife in their throat. Every single animal. Behind me, they kill dairy cows. Maybe you don't know that in the dairy industry, every single cow has to be pregnant to produce milk. If she gives birth to her baby and they are a boy, they kill the baby boys. If she gives birth to a female, they isolate her baby from her. And then when she is sexually mature enough, they make her pregnant. They forcibly breed her. And then they send all the dairy cows to a slaughterhouse behind me. They kill babies behind me in this place and grieving mothers from the dairy industry.
Someone says here, I'm a vegetarian. Does that count?
No, absolutely not. Vegetarian is exactly the same as those who oppress animals. You're either vegan or you pay for animal commodification. But let me just say this, so a lot of good people go vegetarian thinking that that's the right thing to do because they don't understand the industries. But vegan is the baseline. If you're not vegan, then you are paying for animal exploitation. I'll explain the industries in a moment. Number 1, guys, in the chat if you're vegan. 2 in the chat if you're open-minded but not vegan yet. And 3 in the chat if you are anti-vegan. So behind me, this is where they kill dairy cows. Dairy cows, okay, so if you're vegetarian thinking that that's okay, and I once thought that was okay as well, but I didn't know the industries, I didn't understand what veganism even was. They kill every single mother cow in the dairy industry. They kill every single baby in the dairy industry because they don't want the babies drinking their mother's milk because their farmer wants to steal it and send it to you so he makes money from you. In the egg industry, every male chick is killed. They do not produce eggs, similar to the males in the dairy industry who don't produce milk. They're considered a waste product. So what they do with those male chicks is that they put them in a macerator, a blender alive. They go on this conveyor belt in a hatchery. A hatchery is where they sex the males and the females. I'll continue the story in a moment. Number 1 in the chat if you're vegan. 2 in the chat if you're open-minded but not vegan yet. 3 in the chat if you're anti-vegan. Please double tap this live stream and please subscribe.
How does it feel when you see animals going in there? I can hear them bellowing for help from here. How does that feel?
Unbearable. Unbearable. It breaks my heart. I wish everyone could see how myself and Steve drive here. I wish you could see how we are in the car beforehand when we come to this place and we give our whole energy into this live stream to defend them. It breaks our heart. It's unbearable. But we're not the victim. They're the victims inside this place. I can hear the workers shouting at them right now. They shout at these dear animals. They kill these dear animals. For what?
The whole truck's shaking, that green truck.
Breast milk in a cup of tea. We could just have plant milk, just live vegan and no one gets hurt. It's so simple, it's so easy. That truck is shaking because they're fearful. Number 1 in the chat if you're vegan, 2 in the chat if you're open-minded but not vegan yet, 3 in the chat if you're anti-vegan. Please double tap this live stream and please subscribe. This is an abomination. Evil.
Not another one.
Horrible place, horrible.
Oh my
How could
God.
they? How could they?
Oh my God. How can we do this? Middle, 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 middle. Oh my gosh.
Oh, babies, I'm sorry.
Oh, you dear angel.
I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh my gosh, to the back, at the back, at the back. Right at the back.
See that? See that?
Oh
Shaking.
my gosh. I'm sorry.
shaking.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Oh, bless
Oh,
you. I'm
no.
sorry, baby.
Oh no. Oh my gosh.
They're looking out for mercy. They're looking out for mercy. 1 in the chat if you're vegan, 2 in the chat if you're open-minded but you're not vegan yet, 3 in the chat if you're anti-vegan. Please double tap this live stream. When people see the eyes of their victims, they change. When good people see the animals, they go vegan on the spot. No human with an ounce of empathy could ever put an animal in this position. Believe me when I say that, because when I show people what happens inside these places, people turn away. They don't want to see. In fact, they get angry that it's been shown on the outside, because you know in your heart it's wrong. Listen to that bashing, that banging in there. They want to escape. The cows can smell up to 5 miles away. They can smell the blood and the guts. They can hear the screams. They can hear the workers shouting at other cows in the environment. 1 in the chat if you're vegan, 2 in the chat if you're open-minded but not vegan yet, 3 in the chat if you're anti-vegan. Double tap this live stream and please subscribe. This is a slaughterhouse.
Why are they hidden around the corner?
Yeah, they hide around the corner so we can't film. They could go here, but they don't, because when we capture the animals with a camera, they know that people go vegan on the spot, because when people see this live stream, you get so many vegans on the spot. Good people who are number 2, who just don't understand the industry, and it's not your fault. They finally see the animals and they go number 1 immediately. No one.
Oh, can you hear that?
Just crying
What's
out.
that?
They're crying out. What's in that?
What is in that?
No idea. They probably covered it up. Poor baby.
You can hear them bellowing in terror. They're terrorized in there. That's absolute fear.
How the hell has my species done this to animals?
I
How
know.
could my species do this? When you look at how a child would be around an animal, they would love them. They'd love them and they would protect them. This is pure evil. This is pure disgust, evil, and it's brutality. It's brutal murder, and it's the most unbearable thing that could ever happen to somebody, and it's happening to the most innocent, childlike beings on our planet. They are the most oppressed group of beings on our planet, of our time, in history, forever. The animals have had it the worst. Number 1 in the chat if you're vegan, 2 in the chat if you're open-minded but you're not vegan yet, and 3 in the chat if you are anti-vegan. Please double tap this live and subscribe.
God, what is going
What the
on?
hell? It's an evil place of violence. Evil place of violence this is. They call it a slaughterhouse. I call it an evil place of violence where they murder innocent childlike beings. Every single animal going through those gates of hell today is like a child. They're the innocence of a child. Pigs are as intelligent as a 3-year-old child. They are the most gentle, sweetest beings. They are the most strongest individuals, but they choose love. They choose love. These cows could fight back. They could, but they choose love, because they don't realize the violence that's going to come towards them. More
Oh my
victims.
gosh, look at the size of this truck. Oh my
I'm
gosh.
so sorry.
Front right. Oh my gosh. Look at the size of this truck.
Whoa.
Middle, go middle. Oh my God, I can see her. I'm so sorry. Oh, at the back. I'm so sorry. Oh my gosh.
How many more victims? 1 in the chat if you're vegan, 2 in the chat if you're open-minded but not vegan yet, 3 in the chat if you're anti-vegan. How many more victims have to go to a slaughterhouse for you? What's the number? When you look into their eyes, how many more will you send in there? Because it's all about supply and demand. You
Oh,
pay
I can
for
see her
cow's
nose.
milk,
I can see
they
her
kill
nose.
them. You pay for cow's milk. They forcibly breed these animals into existence. They force themselves onto the mother cow. You pay for cow's milk. They kill all the baby cows that are born male because they don't produce milk. You pay for cow's milk. You pay for mastitis. one of the worst infections you can get. If anyone's had a child and you've ever had mastitis, you would know how horrible that is. You would know how painful that is. And if you get to the age of around 3 years old, after you've had after baby taken away from you, you've had your children kidnapped from you, you then get taken to a slaughterhouse, have a knife stabbed in your throat. That's dairy. And that's just the standard practice. I've not even gone into the cruelty cases where I've seen farmers drive tractors at the cows. I've seen farmers put shackles on the cows' legs when they can no longer stand up because their udders are so enlarged they can't even stand up.
I can see her little nose. This is her little nose taking the last little smells around her. Look right in the center, that center bar. You can see her nose looking out at me. She knows that we're the good guys. She knows that we're there trying to defend them. You feel it as you come past. They look at you in a certain way. They look at you in desperation. They look at you just asking for mercy, begging for someone to give them sanctuary. But what do they get? They get a slaughterhouse. Absolutely horrific. 1 in the chat if you're vegan. 2 in the chat if you're not vegan but you're open-minded to this conversation. And 3 in the chat if you don't care
You can see.
about animals. Let us come down here.
Maybe go here so it's got shade.
Oh, bless her.
See how sweet childlike beings. What did they do to deserve this?
They are just like big puppies, like really big puppies. There's no difference. Look at her. Oh, it's so unfair. All for optional products. All for optional products. We do not need to be doing this to these dear animals. This is an absolute abomination. I can't believe that we're doing this. Do you want to swap over?
Yeah.
Well done. Okay, guys, 1 in the chat if you're vegan, 2 in the chat if you're not vegan but you're open-minded to these conversations, and 3 in the chat if you don't care about animals. Behind me, this red truck and the other 2 trucks are absolutely fully loaded with animals here being brought to this slaughterhouse to be executed today for optional products. We're not here today to clash with any non-vegans. We're here today to bring you the realities and the truth. We want you to see the eyes of these victims as they come past us, so you can see that when you go to the supermarket and you buy cheese, chocolate, milk, or animal bodies, that they're not just products in a packet. They were someone. There was someone with the ability to suffer, someone who had families, someone who had the desire to live, someone who had emotions, someone who had the ability to feel pain, someone who did not want to die for a profit margin and for a product. They have a sentience. They're having a subjective experience of their life. It's absolutely everything to them. We take everything from these animals, and we don't only just take everything from them, we mock them. There are people in the chat right now mocking these, or in my opinion, slaves on the back of these trucks about to be executed, and you're laughing and you're mocking them. Imagine if it was turned around. Imagine if you were on that truck. Imagine if it was you about to be executed today. If today was your last sunrise, if today was your last drink of water, if last night was the last time you laid down with your family and tried to rest and tried to sleep. A lot of these cows would have come from horrific, shitty farms. Now, we're not here for a welfare position whatsoever, but maybe today they thought was their day of liberation. Maybe today they wake up and thought, we're out of here. The trucks come to pick us up. We're going to a sanctuary. We're going to be free. We're going to live our life free from this exploitation and harm. No more babies will be taken away from me. Maybe this is it. And they leave that farm, they leave that place with hope in their heart, and where do they end up? A slaughterhouse. It's going to get even worse. Today, their life will be taken. 1 in the chat if you're vegan and you've already removed your support for this violence. 2 in the chat if you're not vegan, you're open-minded to this conversation. And 3 in the chat if you don't care about animals. 1, 2, or 3, double tap the stream. Get the likes going. We need the likes over 100 before the next truck turns up. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 trucks all being rushed inside this facility. They've rushed the trucks in. They've put this gate on manual so they can open and close it faster, because heaven forbid the consumer sees the reality of their actual choices. If the consumer sees the reality, then we're going to lose our profit margin. So what we need to do is keep everything hidden. Don't show the consumer the animals. Don't let them know that we take babies away from mums. Don't let them know that we steal breast milk and we steal lives. Don't let them know that that jacket or them pair of shoes scream for their life inside of a slaughterhouse. Don't let them see the reality, because you know what? We've got the public right where we want them. They're conditioned. They think that this is ethical. They think that this is humane. They think that it's necessary. They think that we need to do it. The public are right where we want it. And you know what? We'll put a free range label on it, or we'll put an organic label on it, and we'll charge the public more. The public are dumb. The public don't critically think about these issues. In fact, the public is so indoctrinated that if anyone brings up the issue and tries to get the public to critically think, they mock them. They laugh at them. They group together and put meat emojis in the chat. So you're right where the industry wants you to be. But I don't think that you're where your ethics and morals want you to be. I think you just haven't connected yet. And this is our job today. Our job is to connect you with them. They do not want to die. They are the actual only victim in all of this. They are the only ones that matter in all of this. And you should be focused on them. And if you're focused on them, then it's the easiest thing to do is to go from a number 2 to a number 1. 1 in the chat if you're vegan and you've already removed your support for this violence. 2 in the chat if you're not vegan, but you're open-minded to why we're here, you're listening to what we're saying. 3 in the chat if you don't care about animals. 3 in the chat if you think that animals are here for you to do whatever you want to do with. Double tap the stream. Make sure you're subscribed. Make sure the bell notification is on, because we go to slaughterhouses every single week to bring the consumers the reality and the truth that the industry paid billions and billions and billions of pounds to hide. The trucks that you're witnessing right now, them red trucks, have got animals on there. This slaughterhouse only kills cows. So there are dairy cows and beef cows on all of these trucks. These animals are sentient beings. These animals are having a subjective experience of their life. These animals do not want to die. Now, the reason that they're going to be executed today is for a chocolate bar, for a yogurt, or for a bit of milk in your tea, a block of cheese. That's the only reason why they're being executed, because this business makes money. This business markets itself to the consumer using things like the RSPCA assured stamp. Now, when you see the RSPCA assured stamp as a consumer, you believe that the Royal Society of the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals is a good thing. So if the RSPCA have stamped this bacon, then nothing bad could have happened to that little piglet, could it? Wrong. RSPCA assured is a stamp of certification to keep the indoctrination thick on the consumer. The RSPCA assured logo goes on to pigs that have been put into CO2 gas chambers at 6 months old. Tell me where the Royal Society of Prevention of Cruelty to Animals kicks in there. Gas chambers for piglets. Absolutely horrific. 1 in the chat if you're vegan. 2 in the chat if you're not vegan but you're open-minded to these conversations. 3 in the chat if you don't care about animals. Double tap the stream. Please like, share and subscribe.
I think he's about to leave now, so the other one will move, so we might be able to capture some.
Maybe able to get some unloading.
They're in here, the cows are in here.
Yeah. All right, let's get our thing out of the way. This is always so sad. This always just signifies loss to me. An empty truck leaving. He gets to go home. He gets to leave. But this trailer behind me would have had animals on it. There would have been innocent animals brought in here. Now, to me, this is no different than a slave carriage. This is no different, in my opinion, than a slave carriage.
Yeah.
Bringing these animals in to die.
Yeah.
Absolutely horrific. 1 in the chat if you're vegan, 2 in the chat if you're not vegan, but you're open-minded to these conversations. 3 if you don't care about animals. Now, 1 truck leaves. This next truck now will go down into the wash area. Now, the reason why all slaughterhouses have a wash area is for 2 reasons. 1 reason, because when animals come to slaughterhouses, they're so fearful, they're so scared, they shit and piss themselves, and these trucks get covered in feces because of the fear. Their digestive system literally evacuates their bowels like it would you if you were in their position. So these trucks get full of wee and poo. The second reason is specifically, or most commonly in the dairy industry, you have downed dairy cows. These are downed cows who are so tired, who are so exhausted from having baby after baby after baby taken that they can no longer stand. Oh, look at them. This is their last lookout. We're so sorry. We're trying our very best. We'll never stop fighting. We won't let the world forget you. We won't let what happened here today go without being witnessed. We won't let this go unseen. We will bring light to the darkness. We will shine a light on this evil. This evil will not prevail. Evil only prevails when good people stand by. We'll never stand by the whole time you're doing this to these animals. They deserve respect. They deserve freedom. How can you all stand there just goading them into a lair to be executed? You're all grown humans. You've all got a brain. Use it. These animals do not want to die. Who do you think you are? Shame on you. How do you sleep at night being part of this evil system? I could not live with myself. I could not live with myself if I spent 1 minute outside of that gate. No one should be able to come to this place unchallenged. No one should be able to come to this place and get away with this. This isn't just a matter of someone's been inconvenienced. This is life and death for these individuals. These animals are sentient beings. They do not want to die. Who the hell do we think we are, taking their lives for products such as a fucking chocolate bar or a fucking yogurt or a block of cheese? This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. They looked straight out of them slats, straight at me in my face, in my eyes. I had eye contact with that one individual as she went back in there. And it breaks my heart that I'm 20 meters away from her and I can't save her. I'm 20 meters away and I can't stop her being executed. I can't stop her being killed. With all the will in my world, with every ounce of fiber of energy in my body, I want to stop her from dying. But I can't because she's locked in the system. She's trapped in the system of evil. This is an absolute abomination. This should never happen. One in the chat if you're vegan and you don't pay for her to die. Two in the chat if you're not vegan but you're listening to my words and you want to stop her from dying. Three in the chat if you don't care about animals, if you're the same as these people who work in this place here and you think that animals can be exploited however you want them to be. Double tap the stream, like, share and subscribe. If you're a number two and you want to stop her dying, this is the easiest thing you do today, is you go number one, you go vegan, and you stop being the reason why these innocent animals are executed. How the hell is this even happening? I come to slaughterhouses 2 or 3 times a week. I have done for nearly over a year. And I stand here today and I can't believe this is happening. I can't get my head around how we haven't evolved to stop doing this. What is it about our species? Maybe I'm wrong. A lot of the time I say, I don't think humans are inherently evil. We just don't know better. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe we are just an absolute evil species. Maybe we have lost it. Maybe we don't deserve the recognition of potentially not being evil. Maybe we have, because this just shouldn't be happening. How can this happen? One in the chat if you're vegan, two in the chat if you're not vegan, but you're open to conversations, and three if you don't care about animals. Double tap the stream. We're not here to clash on vegans. We're not here to name call or to point fingers. We are here with a sole objective to defend them animals. We're here in collaboration with Animal Aid. Go into the description of this live stream, click on that top link. It will take you to Animal Aid's investigation page, where you will see numbers of investigations conducted by Animal Aid, exposing facilities exactly like this one that we've stood outside the front of. Animal Aid also have a report done on the FSA findings at this facility. 6 major non-compliances done here: improper handling of animals, improper stunning, causing extra alarm and distress. Horrific, absolutely horrific. Why is this place still running? Why is it still open? It works because every cog in the machine turns up. If every cog in this machine didn't turn up, it wouldn't work. It would never run. Everyone, whether you're someone in HR, whether you're the bin man, or whether you're the person who sweeps the blood off the floor, every single one of you is a cog in this machine, and you should remove what you're doing here. 1 in the chat if you're vegan, 2 in the chat if you're not vegan, but you're open-minded to why we're here. 3 if you don't care about animals, and poor animals in there. I'm 20 meters away from that truck.
On the phone when you're driving, that's illegal.
It's illegal to be on the phone driving. It's illegal to have our engine running driving. I've got your registration number. I'm going to report you to the police. These people think they've got a law themselves. He's driving his car on his phone. What does he think? Because they're part of this, they can just do whatever they want? Same as animal farmers. Animal farmers, in my opinion, think that they're above the law. They have their own law. They can do whatever they want. And then they come out into the public and they portray themselves to the public that they're some kind of backbone of society. We need to wake up. We need to challenge the status quo, because the whole time we don't challenge the status quo, animals are dying. Them animals don't need to die. Their life to them is important. Their life to them is valuable.
Who's in the truck, Steve, for anyone who's just entered the live
In these trucks right now, there are cows. There are cows from the dairy industry and cows from the beef industry. These cows are innocent, sentient animals. Their mothers, their brothers, their sisters, their fathers, their babies, all of them will be petrified. All of them will be turning up to this place today not knowing where they are. 1 in the chat if you're vegan, 2 in the chat if you're not vegan but you're open-minded to this conversation, 3 in the chat if you don't care about animals. Spam the 1s, 2s and 3s. Double tap the stream. What you're witnessing right now is, in my opinion, an absolute abomination, a stain of what the human species have done to the most innocent. This is disgusting. We should never do this to animals. We should be ashamed of ourselves for what we do. And if you're a kind person, Today you have an opportunity to actually be a kind person and remove your personal accountability for this violence. Look at these animals here.
They've been unloaded now here.
They've been unloaded. Now the next one, now the red one. This is a machine. This is just an absolute killing machine. We've seen hundreds of cows come past us today. They don't need to come past us. The only reason they're coming past us is because the industry have lied to the consumer and told the consumer two things. First of all, it's necessary. We have to do it. And second of all, it's humane and ethical. But let me tell you, it's not necessary. And if something's not necessary, then there's no justification for it. And if there's no justification for it, then it's wrong and it shouldn't be happening. So you don't need it, and it's not humane, and it's not ethical. How could this ever be humane? Just because you put humane in front of an injustice, apparently it makes the injustice disappear. Could I humanely deal drugs? Could I humanely rob people? Could I humanely traffic children? Of course I couldn't. Just because I'd say I've done it humanely doesn't make the act okay. And it's exactly the same here. This is a slaughterhouse. A slaughterhouse. This word is like something out of a horror movie.
Yeah.
Yet I'm stood outside one. Here, 11:15. I'm stood here in the morning outside of a slaughterhouse watching animals go in there to be executed. And I'm here because I want nice, kind number twos to connect with these dear animals. The only way that we stop them being killed is by you connecting with them and changing. I'm going to stop in with Mel. I get really emotional on that. I had eye contact with her for so long.
No,
It breaks my heart.
Pure evil. Like the passion that we speak through our mouth is purely because we're heartbroken. We're trying to defend the most innocent beings, and we're not hating on you guys. We're just saying, oh, vegans judge, vegan judge. No, it's not the public's fault that you don't know. We're not judging you. We're trying to help you turn your head against the industries that have lied to you. They've mugged you off. Animal farmers have lied to you. They have mugged you off. They're taking your money. They're, in fact, in my opinion, they are stealing your money because they are lying and propagating to you. They're telling you their farms like Disneyland. They think it's lovely in a slaughterhouse. Oh no, the animals don't feel a thing. Yes, they flipping do. And even if they didn't feel a thing, it's still murder. It's still wrong. 1 in the chat if you're vegan. 2 in the chat if you're open-minded but not vegan yet. 3 in the chat if you're anti-vegan. Please double tap this live stream. Please like, comment, share, ask questions. We've got incredible activists in the live right now who will help you, who will guide you. Go to the link in the description because we're here in collaboration with Animal Aid. Go and see the investigations over and over. What do investigations show? Mass cruelty, mass mutilation, mass criminal activity. But what happens to these slaughterhouses? No one ever shuts them down, do they? Number 1 in the chat if you're vegan. 2 in the chat if you're open-minded but not vegan yet. 3 in the chat if you're anti-vegan. And please double tap this live stream and subscribe. If you could save an animal today, would you? Because if that's a yes, be vegan. Just be vegan. It's so simple, it's so easy, nothing really changes for you. You can get everything you did before, just a vegan alternative, such as my shoes. My shoes are from Skechers, they literally have vegan labels on them. If you like eating pig sausages, you go and get the vegan sausages, it's all the same.
What turned you vegan?
The dairy industry. I saw inside of a slaughterhouse. I saw inside a slaughterhouse where they were killing mother cows in the dairy industry. I had no idea cows were killed for dairy. I literally had no idea because I was never told the reality. When was the last time someone said to you, to produce cow's milk, cows have to have pregnancy forced upon them. To produce cow's milk, they have to have their babies taken away from them so that they can steal their breast milk and sell it to you because they want your money. To produce cow's milk, all those cows that can no longer stand up, the farmer puts a shackle on their legs because their udder gets so enlarged they can't even stand up. They're around 3 years old when they go to a slaughterhouse. Cows should live up to 27 years old. So when I say every single animal that goes to a slaughterhouse is a baby, it's because it's fact. Did you know that if you're in the chat and you're saying, oh, I love KFC, what you're actually saying is you like to eat disabled babies because that's what they are. Chickens, they're called broiler chickens. They've been genetically modified to grow large in a short space of time, where by the time they end up in a gas chamber, they are 42 days old. They are disabled babies. You are eating them if you're not vegan, okay? Something that you probably didn't know, and it's not your fault that you don't know this. It's the industry's fault for lying to you. Number 1 in the chat if you're vegan. 2 in the chat if you're open-minded but not vegan yet. 3 in the chat if you're anti-vegan. Please double tap this live stream, guys. Please like this stream. That's what helps get the algorithm out so The animals can be seen. We're just trying to defend the animals. I don't want to be here. This breaks my heart. Like I said earlier, it's unbearable hearing their cries. It's unbearable knowing that they're there and I can't get them out right now without being arrested and taken to prison. It's unbearable. The consumer is the one who can stop this. I once paid for this. So did Steve. But when we saw the reality, we changed. Good people, when they know the reality, they go vegan instantly. They don't make excuses for violence. They find solutions. 1 in the chat if you're vegan. 2 in the chat if you're open-minded but not vegan yet. 3 in the chat if you're anti-vegan. Double tap this live stream and subscribe. Here's saws in there.
It's strange noises, isn't
There's
it?
saws going in there. There's cows crying. Well, what I've seen happen before is that a cow was cut up on a truck. Not at
Really?
this location, but I've seen it. The cows were killed on the truck and cut up using saws on a truck.
Really?
It's disgusting. It's evil because they've got to cut their legs off, right? They stab them in the throat and then they've got to cut their legs off. Yeah, I can smell.
Yeah.
Animals have really good senses. So behind me, they can smell blood and guts and fear. Cows can smell up to 5 miles away. I wish I could show you how that dog just reacted as they go past.
Yeah.
Literally straight, like, what the hell's going on?
Why would they kill a cow on a truck?
Cows in the dairy industry, if they can't stand up, you know, like I was saying, that cows, they put shackles on their legs if they can't stand up, just so they can take them to the milking parlour one more time to get the breast milk out of them. Flipping hell.
This sounds really dodgy.
So,
It sounds really dodgy.
we're out here, guys, every week. Every week we've been to slaughterhouses 2 to 3 times for the last year. So we notice when there's sounds that sound different to normal. And today there's like soaring noises behind me. There's so much cries from those cows. I don't know if you can hear so many cries from those cows. Let me just move my mic quickly to here because it's pouring down.
Put your hood up. Put your hood up. 1 in the chat if you're vegan. 2 in the chat if you're not vegan, but you're open to these conversations. 3 if you don't care about animals.
Can you hear this, guys? Can you in the chat? Can you hear this?
I think the rain might even overdo it. Guys, in the chat, let us know. Put the hearts in the chat if you can hear that soaring.
Soaring and crying. That's what it sounds like to me.
It sounds over here like a saw and crying.
It's so important to come out to these places and live stream, guys. If you are a vegan, if you're someone who's like, right, what can I do for the animals? Then join us. Come out and live stream for the animals. They need you so much. It puts pressure on the industries. Oh, God. Sorry, I'm just trying to
You're
move my
okay.
mic
You're
here.
all right.
Can you just hold that a sec so I put the mic on
Yeah.
better? See,
Oh.
security are now stood outside because we're outside.
Yeah, press
We
this off.
don't care though. We're here about pure passion. I'll be here for the rest of my life if I have to defend these animals. Those workers don't want to be in the rain for their rest of their life. They don't care. All they want is their money. They don't. Every bit of money they make in this place is a blood money. It's blood money. It's a slaughterhouse. They kill dairy cows here.
For anyone turning up today, what are we doing? Who are we here with? Who's in the red truck?
We're here in collaboration with Animal Way today. Behind me is a slaughterhouse. In this red truck, they have cows from the beef and the dairy industry about to be taken onto a lairage. We've witnessed 3 trucks go in today, 3 massive trucks full of victims today. Animal Aid have done investigations on many slaughterhouses around the world. Go and have a look for yourself. This facility has actually got FSA breaches. We don't know if there's been an update yet, but there wasn't last time we checked. They were misuse of equipment, not stunning animals correctly, unhygienic stuff. But it doesn't matter because there's no right way to kill animals who don't want to die. But the fact is, how can these individuals commit criminal activities in these facilities, yet they can continue running? What about Joey Carbstrom, his massive release recently on Hearts Heads Meats? Go and have a look at his investigation. Why isn't that place shut down? Why aren't every single person in that facility in prison for the rest of their life for the criminal acts that they have done to those dear animals?
Renee said, is it snowing there? Renee, no, it's not snowing. It's absolutely
Rainy, yeah.
just chucking down with rain. But that red truck behind, I'm not sure how long everyone's been in this chat for, but we can hear a saw and we can hear cows bellowing in terror. Now, we can't say for certain that they've executed an animal on that truck and they're cutting them up on that truck. But these sounds we've never heard before, and we've been here every week for nearly a year.
Do you hear that? Can you hear that?
Yeah, it sounds
much
very
passion.
disturbing.
Like,
Yeah.
what the hell is going on in that truck? What the hell is going on in this place?
What could be happening? Explain what could have happened.
Yes, they potentially could be killing a cow on the truck, potentially. This is what happens if you have a down dairy cow. Like, they can't stand up. They've been so used, abused, and had everything taken from them. Their children.
Now there's an alarm going off inside there. This is strange. We've not had this behaviour before.
This is weird.
It just makes me feel so, like, terrorised. I know that them animals are going to be killed, but I'm fearful of what's happening to them. And I hate being so close and so helpless. I want to just jump in and help them, but we can't.
It's unbearable. What are you doing? What are you doing? Killing poor, innocent individuals. They're like children in that truck. That's what those animals are. They're like children. And they could be sawing them on that truck, killing them on that truck, or even if they're not doing that, killing them anywhere is wrong. Stabbing a dog in the street is wrong, and so is stabbing them in your house. Killing a human on the street is wrong, and so is stabbing them in your house. Doesn't matter the location, it's all horrific, and it's all wrong, and it shouldn't happen. 1 in the chat if you're vegan, 2 in the chat if you're open-minded but not vegan yet, 3 in the chat if you're anti-vegan. Double tap this live stream and subscribe. I'm at Slaughterhouse right now. Right now, it's unbearable to be here listening to their cries, knowing I can't get in and save those individuals from inside right now. But you hold the power to end this. You hold that power. If you're not vegan, then you are paying for this to happen. But you can live vegan and stop it. Just stop it. It's so easy. It's so easy. Nothing really changes for you, but everything changes for those dear animals who need you. Vegetarian's not good enough. Veganism is the baseline, the very baseline.
If people want help going vegan, where can they go?
They go challenge22.com. Go up, sign up for free, get a mentor to help you for absolutely free. People who are just volunteering, you get nutritionists on there, you get all the help you need to just stop harming animals and oppressing animals. Let me just tell everybody what vegan is, because people don't actually know. The majority of people I speak to don't know what it is. Again, not your fault. Veganism is a moral stance against the use and exploitation of animals. That's it.
Full stop.
It's not about environment, it's not about health. They're purely benefits. People go plant-based for their health or for the environment to help that. But veganism is a moral, it's an ethical stance. Just like how I'm against being racist, I'm also against being speciesist. It's a crime, it's a moral crime to not be vegan. And one day it's going to be illegal crime.
What have you witnessed here today? The sounds, the smells?
Hell is what I've witnessed. Come out of the car, the first thing I hear is cows crying for their life. Crying for their life. Then we witnessed about 3 massive truckloads of innocent victims coming in this facility. Beef cows and dairy cows. Then all we've heard is crying, this weird saw noise, an alarm going off. Weird things happening in here. Of course there's always weird things, because it's a slaughterhouse. They kill dear, innocent animals. They kill animals in this place. For what? Cow's milk? It's not your cow's milk. If you don't think that you have been brainwashed, if you open your fridge and you see cow's milk in your fridge, that is the definition of brainwashed. And you don't even realise it's happened to you. 1 in the chat if you're vegan, 2 in the chat if you're open-minded, but you're not vegan yet. 3 in the chat if you're anti-vegan. Please double tap this live stream. Please subscribe. I'm outside this place of hell today purely to defend the animals.
What is these noises? If
So
it wasn't raining, we could have a better look.
It's weird as hell, isn't it?
It is.
But you know what we've witnessed? Like 3 trucks go in. There was already 2 trucks in there.
Yeah.
You know, the kill floor never stops, by the way.
Yeah.
The kill line continues, regardless if someone is slow or whatever. They will probably be dismembering the animals alive. They'll be de-skinning them alive. In fact, we know people who have seen inside a slaughterhouse who have witnessed a cow, a mother cow from the dairy industry, hung up by one leg. Her neck had been cut. Her body had a knife stabbed into it because she was pregnant. Her baby fell onto the floor. They ripped the sack and they let the baby suffocate to death on the floor whilst they then skinned her alive.
What is the statistic of dairy cows being pregnant in slaughterhouses?
20% of
20%.
cows that go to a slaughterhouse are still pregnant.
Why?
Because in the dairy industry, they constantly make them pregnant. They constantly impregnate them over and over and over. And in fact, they get more money when the cow weighs more. So they'll send the cows to slaughter pregnant to get more money. Okay? This is what the evil farmers are doing. Animal farmers are the most evil people on the planet. And so are the people who work in slaughterhouses and vivisection. All those people who can do horrendous things to animals should be locked up in prison. They are not fit for purpose to be at this place. Would you say, sorry?
1, 2, 3.
Sorry? Guys, 1 in the chat if you're vegan, 2 in the chat if you're open-minded but not vegan, yeah. 3 in the chat if you're anti-vegan. Please double tap this live stream and subscribe. I'm not out here purely to defend the dear animals. If you are not vegan, you pay for these evil industries. Piglets at 6 months old go to gas chambers. Disabled baby chickens at 42 days old go to gas chambers. In the egg industry, the egg-laying hens go to gas chambers at 18 months old. All male chicks in the egg industry get blended up alive or put in gas chambers. They are all killed. Every animal you see in the field gets sentenced to a slaughterhouse. Guys, I'm just going to switch over with Steve quickly.
Well done. Could you put the thing on the rucksack for me?
Yeah. Yeah, guys, whilst I'm just doing this, 1 in the chat if you're vegan, 2 in the chat if you're open-minded but not vegan yet, and 3 in the chat if you are anti-vegan. Please, hold on. Please double tap the screen. Please subscribe. Please comment. If you want to subscribe and ask questions later, please do.
Yeah, well done. Well done. Okay, guys. Yeah, Mel said absolutely everything there. Perfect. Can you believe 20% of cows in the dairy industry come to these places pregnant? The reason being is because they're sold on how much they weigh. Imagine that, being valued on your weight as a mother with a baby inside you, because the farmer's going to profit more from your body after execution. Now, the reason why we say we're not here to clash with non-vegans and point fingers is because if that was our objective, the animals would lose out. If we were here today just to battle with you and to say we're better than you, we know more than you, we're more ethical than you, the animals don't win. We're here today with the objective of turning number 2s into number 1s. A number 2 is someone who has an open mind, has a compassionate heart and does have empathy, but there's someone who just hasn't been given the whole story yet. And what I mean by that, I'll explain after you put in the chat 1 if you're vegan, 2 in the chat if you're not vegan but you're open-minded, and 3 if you don't care about animals. Please make sure you double tap the stream so that when the next truck of animals comes, you can see them coming in. Now, what I mean about you've been indoctrinated to never not think about or critically think about this issue. When you're a child, look at the children's books that you read. There's nurseries. Old MacDonald had a farm. All of the children's books of the chickens and the eggs and the farmers, happy field, green grass, the cows giving the farmer the milk, everyone's smiling, all the animals are happy, right? So from a child's age, it's put into our brains. When we're children, our brains are like sponges. So when we're most influenceable, we're conditioned to believe that farmers are good people. Farmers who farm animals, they're good people. And we're also conditioned that the animals are happy. As you then grow up, the indoctrination through the generations comes down. You got to eat eggs for protein. You got to eat animals for protein. You got to drink cow's milk for calcium. It's healthy to eat animals and animal products. So now we've got the it's all happy and humane, and we've got the we have to do it. So by the time you hit a teenager, you believe in the 2 lies. You believe in the humane, ethical slaughter and farming of animals, and you believe that it's necessary. And this is where the industry want you to be. And they just rely on generational conditioning. Grandma telling your parents telling you, you telling your children. And they rely on generational conditioning. Well, we're here today to show you the reality and the truth. Generational conditioning can change. It has done all throughout history. Any rights movement has started with a small group of people standing up and saying, this is wrong, and then people listening and changing. And this is what we're trying to do here today, is to get change for the animals. 1 in the chat if you're vegan, 2 in the chat if you're not vegan but you're open-minded to this conversation, 3 in the chat if you don't care about animals. Double tap the stream, like, share and subscribe. Now, anyone who's a number 2, I want you to know that for the animals behind me in this red truck, it's too late. For the animals behind me in that green and grey truck, it's too late. For all the other animals all over the world who've gone to slaughterhouses this morning, it's too late. They needed you to take action yesterday, and you couldn't have took action yesterday, but you can today. Today is the day for you to say no more. No baby steps, no moving the goalposts, no reduction, no thinking about it. When you come off of this live stream, you throw all of your animal products in the bin, you go 100% vegan, and then you use your freedom and your voice to speak up for the animals. You go and watch Dominion. You go to Channel 22 and you sign up for free. You click on the link in the description here and you go and look at Animal Aid's website. See Animal Aid's campaigns. Go and see their investigations done on slaughterhouses here in the UK. Go and educate yourself on the reality that the industry don't want you to know. There's a reason why the industry aren't transparent, because if it was, the consumer would be vegan immediately. Imagine going to the supermarket and on your pack of piglet bacon, it said these pigs were gassed at 6 months old in CO2. Imagine going over to the free-range organic egg section and it says all males were blended alive on first day of life because they don't produce eggs. Imagine going to the dairy section and it's saying all males were killed because there are waste products in the dairy industry and we took all babies away from their mums so we could sell their milk to you. Imagine if the honesty and transparency was right there in the supermarket. We would have a vegan world by this afternoon. It's just the fact that the people don't know it yet. Now, I'm not saying that everybody goes vegan when they see the message, because unfortunately there are number threes in the world. A number three would also fit into the same category as someone who thinks it's okay to kill another person, someone who thinks it's okay to rob another person, someone who thinks it's okay to traffic children. This is where your anti-vegans are. These anti-vegans, they're selfish, they're self-centered, they only think about themselves, they don't care about anyone else. This is a number three. Now, the world's not made up of number threes. Although the majority of the world is not vegan, the majority of the world is a number two. They have to be. One in the chat if you're vegan, two in the chat if you're not vegan, be open-minded by this conversation. And three if you don't care about animals.
I was going to put the camera up here. Do you want to explain what this is here?
Say that again.
I'm going to put the camera up over. Do you want to explain to everyone what this is? What we're
Absolutely,
doing?
yeah, of course. So, guys, right now you're looking right inside of a slaughterhouse here in the UK. That red truck had animals on there. Now, we've heard some very disturbing sounds that we don't usually hear coming from that truck. We've heard what sounded like a saw, like a circular saw or electric saw, and that truck's been there for an abnormal amount of time. Them animals, when they came in on that truck, looked me straight in my face. I looked at her in the eyes and she looked back at me. Even once that truck had gone in and it was backing up into that layerage section, she looked out the slats and she looked straight at me. And it broke my heart. It broke my heart. I have to keep talking to you and I have to keep trying to defend them. But if I'm honest, I want to just lay down on the floor and cry because my heart is broken. Because seeing her looking out at me for help, and I'm 20 meters away and all I can do is appeal to you. All I can do is plead with you. It breaks my heart that I can't take more action. If it upsets you what I'm saying, then take action today and go vegan. It's the least we can do. The smell here is horrific. It's disgusting. Oh.
I just want to say a quick thank you to everyone who's in here defending the animals, who isn't a number three, who are those people who do have a heart. And I want to say thank you to those people who are number twos, who may not understand, but you are being open-minded and you're listening. What I can recommend you do is, if you want to understand more, you really should, you have a right to know, is watch a documentary called Dominion on YouTube, just so you can know what happens on the insides of these places. We're here just to defend the animals, and that's all we're trying to do. Steve. Steve, this side, this is the one. Steve, I think it's this side. But I think one of these flats are broken. Another truck coming in with victims, guys. Another truck of victims. Dear innocent animals. Whoa.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
I'm sorry,
We're not like these
babies.
people. We're not like these people. Absolutely heartbreaking. More animals for the slaughter. More animals for the knife. More animals for the kill floor. More animals having everything taken from them for optional products. This is an absolute injustice. We should be ashamed of ourselves as a species for what we do. This is disgusting. One in the chat if you're vegan. Two in the chat if you're not vegan. Be open-minded to these conversations.
How many trucks?
Huh?
How many trucks are in there?
So many. So many. And they rushed them in and they parked them around the corner. And this is why this gate's on manual. This gate usually, as soon as we leave, this gate goes back on electric and they just press a button and it electrically opens and closes nice and slow. But when we turn up, they have to put this gate on manual and then these guys run the gate back and forward. Now, the reason being is because they don't want the consumer looking into the eyes of their victims.
I think we should show everybody what we've captured on the camera.
Should we see?
Yeah. Can we just get down? Oh, mind your back, Steve.
Wow.
I know. You see that number plate?
What is it?
Tiny.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I thought a number plate was like. Oh God, it's
Okay.
disgusting.
What's that? Hold on, what's going in there? Will I be able to see? Yeah, look, what's that up there? Can't see the trucks in the way. We're just going to show you guys what we've captured on the cameras today.
Who was in here? Dairy cows.
Look how thin they are.
Oh, poor angels.
And everything taken from them.
Poor angels. Imagine being a mother having baby after baby after baby taken from you. Imagine being commodified. Imagine being given a number. Imagine having everything taken. And then when you can no longer produce enough profit, you're brought here to be executed. Absolutely horrific. Oh my God, there's loads.
So in that blue truck, they're all dairy cows. They're all mothers.
Yeah, so
What about from the one from before? It's going to show you every individual who's gone inside this place of evil today. Guys, number 1 in the chat if you're vegan, 2 in the chat if you're open-minded but not vegan yet, and 3 if you're anti-vegan.
it's so harrowing seeing their faces again.
Twist it to it more to me. That's perfect, yep. All right, our camera's on slow-mo, so... Oh,
Oh, poor angels. Do not be the reason that they're going in here to die. Do not be the reason they're going to be executed.
how could anybody, how could anyone put a knife in this individual's throat? How could they do that? How could they? This is what farmers are doing. They're sending them to slaughterhouses to be killed. And you're paying for it if you're not vegan. Please defend them. Live vegan.
Oh, so sad. So sad. Right, guys. Oh, it's gross. Smells. Right. I want everyone to know this as well. We're here today in collaboration with Animal Aid. Go into the 3 dots in the description, click on that top link, and go and watch all the investigations done by Animal Aid. Now, Animal Aid also done a report. Their report here was from an FSA findings. Now, this is when I talk to you about the industry.
Oh, watch yourself.
When I talk to you about the industry lying to the consumer. Now, the FSA, the Food Standard Authority, okay, they commit. We're good?
No. I'll keep an
They
eye.
conduct audits. Okay, this place was audited back in June 2025. In that audit, there was 18 minor non-compliances and there was 6 major non-compliances. Just to reiterate, we're not here for a welfare position, we're here for rights, but this is what the Animal Aid report says. After that, they had an audit summary of general satisfactory, which should have sparked a return within 3 months. Now, when Alex Activism and Mel and myself looked through the data set on the FSA website, we saw no return in. You good?
Yeah, all good. I'm just going to put that over there.
Yeah, we saw no return. Now, why? If that 6 major non-compliances sparked a return within 3 months, why haven't the FSA come back? If they have, why is it not updated on the report? And why is a slaughterhouse with 6 major non-compliances still allowed to run? Surely, improper handling of animals causing extra alarm and distress and improper stunning should be causing a lot more alarm than a general satisfactory. General satisfactory. You can't stun, handle, or execute the basics. Horrific. This is what I'm saying when the consumer would never be told that. You'd only find out that information if you searched it. The consumer would still believe that these places are all governed properly. How many people say British standards, we've got the best?
Yeah. Vegan Christianity has just given us super thanks and put thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So
Thank you
kind.
so much for your kind super thanks and support. It means a lot. It helps us to be able to defend the animals even more. We want to be able to be here every single day for them all over the UK, exposing these slaughterhouses for what they are. These slaughterhouses are the darkness, and we try and bring a light on the animals. That is our job. We haven't got millions and millions of pounds to go up against the propaganda that the industry has, but we've got passion and we've got our live streaming equipment. So we can go and we can show you, the consumer, the reality and the truth. That's all we need to do. All we need to do is show you the truth. We just need to show you the reality of what's happening. The animals do the speaking for themselves, and this is why they don't want you, the consumer, seeing them. The minute anyone on a number 2 scale sees the eyes of their victims, they go vegan. Anyone with a heart, anyone with compassion who is a number 2 goes number 1 vegan as soon as they see animals coming past. And let me tell you something, if you're a number 2 who's a little bit triggered at what we're saying, if you're a number 2 who's a little bit angry at us right now because of the message we're delivering, when you actually give in and you go vegan because you know it's the right thing to do, guess who you're angry at? You're angry at them. You're angry at the industry because they're the ones who have lied to you. They're the bad guys. They're the ones killing animals and profiting off it. They're the ones killing animals and laughing about it. The farmers who tell you that they love their animals, they drop them off here to be executed and to be killed. How can farmers ever love their animals to be sent off to be killed? If you have any loved ones in your family, could you ever send them off to be executed? Of course you couldn't. These are businesses. These are not necessities. Everyone says we need animal farmers and we need slaughterhouses for survival. Absolute rubbish. This is only a business, and this business is unethical, it's immoral to the highest standard. It's the worst immoral.
When someone says vegans are idiots, what are they actually saying?
What are they actually saying? They're saying vegans are idiots.
But saying people who defend animals are idiots.
Listen, if you think that people who stand up for victims are idiots, then I'll be an idiot. I don't care. You know, like people often say vegans are idiots because they're triggered and they know that actually vegans are right. So it's easy to go, oh, vegans are stupid. You basically just proved what I was talking about a minute ago. Number 2, being angry at a vegan. Yeah. You're angry at the vegans and you think vegans are idiots because actually deep down you're going, well, they're saying the truth. Yeah, we shouldn't be executing animals for optional products. We shouldn't be ripping the skin off of animals for coats and shoes and belts. We shouldn't be testing on animals for my hair products. We shouldn't be eating animals' milk, eggs, body parts. We shouldn't be doing it. We don't need to do it.
Someone said, what's wrong with eggs?
Okay, so the egg industry, like the dairy industry, is basically, it's hidden in plain sight. You're never told about it. So I'll tell you about the egg industry, right? The egg industry starts with parent breeder sheds. They put a load of female chickens and a load of male chickens all in one big barn. Chickens kill each other. There are dead bodies all over the floors of these barns. You can actually see one on Joey Carlstrong's YouTube channel where he investigated one. And this is how they get the fertilized eggs. All of them eggs that come out fertilized are sent off to hatcheries. Now, them eggs, once they're hatched, are sexed. Male to the left, female to the right. If you are a male chick in the egg industry, you are viewed as a waste product because you do not produce eggs. So they go into what's called a macerator. If you watch Dominion on YouTube, you'll see them going into a big open blender. If you're a female chicken in the egg industry, you'll be sent off then to either a cage or a barn. And you'll live there for maybe 18 months. You'll lay an egg a day. And if you can't keep up, if you can't survive, if you can't fight your corner, if you can't keep up with production, then you get killed. But at 18 months, when your egg production slows down, they all get gathered up, they all get sent to gas chambers, they all get put in CO2 gas, they're killed, and then they're used for cheap products, cheap meat like minced chicken pies and things like that.
So someone's just said here, yeah, I agree, slaughterhouses are unethical, but what about organic?
So organic is a term, thanks for your comment. Organic is a term used by the industry to make the consumer believe something good is happening.
Sorry, we'll talk about that question in a second.
I will come back to that. I won't ignore that comment. It's just we need to pay a moment of silence just to this. So sad.
How could they?
So sad. Life lost.
Empty now.
Life gone.
Oh, actually, he didn't wash down. If they don't wash down, we should film. If they don't wash down, next time we should film. In the truck.
Sorry again?
It's right.
All right, sorry, I couldn't hear. What was the question I was answering?
Basically, they don't agree with slaughterhouses, but they agree with organic.
Right, yes. Organic is a term used by the industry to make consumers sort of believe everything's okay, the same as free range, the same as cage-free. Organic just means better welfare. We're not here for welfare. One thing you'll notice when we go to these slaughterhouses, sure you've subscribed and you hit the bell notification. When you go to these slaughterhouses, when we go, you'll see factory farm trucks like that red truck that just left. And you'll also see small holding lorries come in, a little trailer towed by a car with 2 or 3 cows. They all come to the same slaughterhouse and they're all executed with the same knife or the same machinery, the same system. So we're here for the rights violation of the animals. We're not here for bigger cages. We're not here for sharper knives. We're not here for greener grass. We're here to make sure that animals have rights protecting their bodily autonomy. There's no right way to do the wrong thing. Let me swap back in with Mel. Well done. You're right. You warm enough.
Yes. This is the thing, right? When you come and defend the animals, you forget about yourself because you know you're not the victim. I could be here freezing. I could be here drenched. I don't care because I need to defend the animals. This is the most urgent war. This is the most pressing issue of our time. The animals war is the biggest and the most urgent that we need to defend them right now. Okay? The whole time we're trying to defend everybody else. If you're not vegan, then you're just a hypocrite. Number 1 in the chat if you're vegan. 2 in the chat if you're open-minded but not vegan yet. 3 in the chat if you're anti-vegan. Please double tap this live stream and subscribe. I'm at a slaughterhouse right now. My heart is broken as I've witnessed these animals going inside here today. My heart breaks for every single cry, for every single pair of eyes that goes past me, for every single human voice that shouts and uses a blade, a sharp weapon against these animals. I hate it. I hate it so much. It keeps me up at night. I cry often about what happens to the animals. It rips my heart out, but I have to defend them. The only thing that we can do is defend them and encourage other people to defend them with us. And that's simply by living vegan. Live vegan and then come out and join the fight for the animals. It's the most urgent thing you can do. It's the most important thing in your life.
Vegan Christianity again with more super thanks. Thank you so much for your kind super thanks. Vegan Christianity's comment says, blessings for your mercy, love, and compassion.
Thank you so much for your kind support. It honestly means a lot. It means more than I think anyone would even realize. Thank you so much. Just being here sucks. And knowing that there's other good people here with us, whether you're through the phone, we feel that you're here with us, and the animals, they need everyone to fight for them. They need everyone to fight for them. When was the last time someone told you piglets are thrown in gas chambers? When was the last time someone told you cow's milk is not for humans, it's for baby cows? When was the last time someone told you you're eating disabled baby chickens when you consume chicken breasts? When was the last time someone told you that lambs have this thing happen to them called mulesing? They get basically laid down in a contraption, their arms and legs are held down and they cut their back legs, no anesthetic or anything, they just cut them. More cries in this place.
Oh,
they cry and they cry and they cry. Please answer their cries of mercy. Give them mercy. Just be kind. Just be kind. The golden rule. Just be kind and live vegan. That's literally it.
Renee, thank you so much for your super thanks and your constant support as always.
Thank you, Renee.
Renee's comment, these triggered man babies in the chat should get a taste of their own morals. Vegan burgers are the same, and all they can say is burgers, though. How can they be so incompetent and morally low at once? Absolutely.
Yeah, if I'm going to be completely honest, I wish that they could be the victims so that they could finally understand empathy. Yep. How could you look victims in the eyes and then mock them, laugh at them, think it's funny? People mooing. They think it's funny that they mock children, because that's what these animals are. They're childlike beings, innocent angels, and they're being mocked by people like that in the chat. It's a projection. They don't know how to act. They throw their toys out their pram, and like you said, it is the ultimate man-baby thing you can do. Yeah. Good people protect animals. Strong people protect animals. 1 in the chat if you're vegan, 2 in the chat if you're open-minded but not vegan yet, and 3 in the chat if you're anti-vegan. Double tap this live stream and please subscribe. Oh, finally, this truck's been here about an hour and a half inside this place. What have they been doing? An hour and a half to wash down seems a bit weird, doesn't it? What's been happening on that truck?
Have them animals been waiting around the corner that whole time?
Yeah. Waiting to be washed. How could you? How old were those babies? How old were those babies? You don't know, you just drive. Pardon? So you didn't check the date of birth. How do you feel knowing that they go in there and what happens? So sorry? But it doesn't have to be. What if there was another option? You choose to do it. What if you can make money another way though? Yeah, you can make money other ways. We have, but you know by doing it. But it's not an opinion though. When there's victims involved, right? We wouldn't want to be the victim. We couldn't do it. But you're not partaking in that. But you are partaking in this war against the animals. If you actually have like some empathy in your heart, and I appreciate you stopping because most people drive by and they laugh and
I also start like on the farm work, and he's spending all this time caring for the animals. It's our way of life.
but it can't be empathy when you're only breeding them for slaughter. In my opinion, it's premeditated murder though, isn't it? It's premeditated murder though, even if it's a way of life. But it's
That's it.
yeah, but you're part of it if you're part of the system. I know you might have been brought up in it, but just think about it from their position. You don't have to be part of this. We actually have friends who used to work in the industry itself who now are on this side and they're now vegan, defending the animals. And they were like, yeah, you know what? I caught eye contact with one of the animals and I just couldn't do it anymore. Even though their mum and dad did it, their grandparents, they were just like, I realized there was another option. And you have that option as well. Like, I'm sure you know our channel, reach out to us and really. Have you seen what happens on the inside? Have you seen Dominion? Used to be on the kill floor? Have you seen the kill floor? Have you seen it like on Dominion? Have you seen like how do you feel when the knife goes into their throat? But it doesn't matter. Even if like do you have a family? Imagine if it was one of your family members, even if they were stunned, it's still wrong, right? It's just because they're in a different body, it doesn't mean that they're any different. It's just their outside is different, is all. It's a form of speciesism. You know, like how people were like we had slaves once purely on the way someone looked. This is a different form of that. It's speciesism, whereas that was racism. Purely, we're treating them differently purely on the way they look, and it's wrong. It's a moral crime, and one day it will be illegal. So you have the option to leave whilst you can. I don't think that's good enough. It's not good enough for the victims, though, is it? What would you say, like, if you spoke to, like, do you know who Jeffrey Dahmer is? If he was just like, oh, if it was legal to eat humans, and even if he was the driver and he just drove the humans to someone else who killed them, would you just say, okay, yeah, it's your choice? Or would you say, no, it's the animals should have the rights, the humans should have the rights for their own body? That's their body. That's their babies. It is money. It's a business. Well, actually, the countryside is destroyed by farmers. It should be full of trees, but it doesn't matter. But it doesn't matter. What if trafficking children was better for the environment? It's about the victim. I really pray that you hope and change for those innocent animals. I really pray you do. Reach out if you do. We have friends who used to work in the industry who've now changed. Okay, so he's the first truck driver to stop and talk to us in like ages. Ages and ages and ages. Like I was saying, reach out to us, message us, change. He's like, this is what people don't realise. I do have empathy. I'm like, how can you have empathy if you're taking them in there to be killed? How can you have empathy? You can't. You can't. You may be disguising what you're doing with words of empathy. You may be saying, I do have empathy, but it's a disguise when actually to the core, you're driving victims into a slaughterhouse to be murdered. That's wrong. So it was there.
Horia, excuse me, my voice, that smell. Just got another super thanks from Horia Vegan Always.
Thank you.
Sorry if I pronounced that wrong. More people should do what you do, Mel and Steve. All vegans, thank you. Don't victimize others. Don't consume them. Set them free. Thank you so much
you
for your
so,
kindness.
so much. Yeah,
Thank
if
you.
anyone,
Well said.
if anyone does want to be involved, we've got the biggest live stream event that the world has ever seen for the animals happening on June 19th. We have activists outside slaughterhouses all around the world. All around the world, doing what we're doing, live stream, and you can be part of this as well. All you need is passion in your heart, and we'll help you the rest of the way.
Can you imagine being how terrified that would be for them cows hearing all that booms?
I know.
Like, they must be petrified in there. Such a strange surroundings, and then all of a sudden there's like machinery banging, drilling, smashing, trucks. You'd be terrified, wouldn't you?
You actually couldn't ever understand the genuine fear until you're in that position. Even empathy, you can only empathize to a point, but until you have been that victim, until you have been in a position where you're so scared, so afraid, and then you get stabbed in the throat, you will never truly understand what that's like. Guys, please put 1 in the chat if you're vegan, 2 in the chat if you're open-minded but not vegan yet, 3 in the chat if you're anti-vegan. Please double tap this live stream and subscribe. I always say to people, if they're working in the industry, give them a way out. Like that person, message us, get out. And he was like, okay, I will if I change my mind. And I was like, okay. He was a little bit different to the other truck drivers who laugh and mock the animals. He stopped. So I was like, all right. So that's why I was the way I was with him. Anyone who doesn't care, anyone who mocks the animals dance last, then they'll get the full force of the animal rights activism. Please double tap this live stream. Please subscribe. And we're going to see you on the next live stream, guys. Thank you to all those people who have defended